So you just put your hand on your knee and your leg just goes and you kind of move your body like this. Watch, let me show you. Oh!
Hey dolls, I'm sure you've all heard the terrible news. TikTok is getting wrecked, at least in the US. What's gonna happen to all our favorite TikTok celebrities now? And more importantly, where are we gonna get all the latest tea from? You're lucky you still have me, dolls. But anyway, I think influencers like Charli D'Amelio and the others are now scrambling to take their content someplace else, like YouTube. Duh. Our girl Charli is hoping that this sort of restart will give her a blank slate. Because we all know there are some not-so-glamorous moments in her super public life that she wishes people would just forget about. So stick around as we take a look at some of the craziest moments Charli D'Amelio wishes we would all forget about. But before that, a simpler reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice, so be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First is that time she really made the gaming community super angry by being a quote-and-quote, a poser. Dolls, remember that real gamer girls are super cool and super hot, and they don't appreciate it when someone like Charli makes it seem like she's one of them. I'm just saying. Maybe stop telling people you like playing Fortnite when you can't even spell the name of the game right. It was super humiliating for Charli, and that's why she has never tried to act like a gamer girl again. But you know what Charli is legit good at? Being a brat. Do you remember the time she was such a huge birthday brat? Despite getting the birthday celebration of the year, OMG, she was so annoying at the time, especially if you ask her older sister Dixie. The entire family threw Charli this amazing birthday bash, and all my girl Dixie wanted was one of her glitter balloons, the day after the party. But no, Charli decided her birthday was more than one day, and even though the house was literally full of balloons, she couldn't spare just one piece for her sister. Selfish much? Speaking of Charli being selfish, I still can't get over the fact that she did my girl, Jalea Harmon, dirty. Tell me, dolls, would it have been so difficult to correct all the people congratulating her for coming up with a hit TikTok dance routine for the song Renegade? It would have taken her 5 seconds to type, guys, thanks for the love and all, but I didn't invent this dance. Jalea did. I was so heartbroken when Jalea said she loved seeing her dance all over, but she would have wanted some credit. Sorry, Charli, we will never forget this. What about the time Jacob Sartorius dragged Charli through the mud? This time, dolls, we're on our girl Charli's side. Did Jacob really have to make it a big deal that Charli used to have a crush on him? Did he get jealous that some girl who used to have a teeny bit of attraction towards him ended up becoming an even bigger influencer? Most importantly was that he was super desperate to get some of the attention Charli was getting, that he literally made a TikTok to reveal that Charli used to DM him and tell him she's a fan. Oh, Jacob, honey. Jealousy's not a good look on anyone. But Jacob Sartorius is not the only problematic guy in Charli's life. Oh, what she would give if we could all forget that she once dated Chase Hudson, aka Lil Huddy. Dolls, let this be a lesson to all of you to never, ever date a racist. Notice how people also hated Charli when Chase said the N-word because he was so mad he broke his nose? No one needed that extra drama in their life, especially for someone who would end up cheating in the relationship anyway. Yeah, even Charli wants to forget she ever even dated Chase. But dolls, remember back when everything was still perfect and Chase and Charli were still considered TikTok royalty? Those were definitely simpler times that made us believe in forever. For 1 second. We were super protective of their love story that everyone hated Charli for a while because of her super awkward birthday greeting to Chase that consisted of her own face. I'm still cringing when I think about it. Speaking of Charli's narcissistic tendencies, how in the world can we ever forget how she charged $100 for her first ever meet and greet? Yikes! I would probably pay that much to see my girl Ariana in concert, but Charli? I think I'll stick to watching her TikToks. At least they're free. For now. Even so, It's not like Charli's TikToks are so perfect all the time, right? Do you remember how she managed to make all cosplayers in all the land angry when she made fun of them on the app? Gosh, this was such a huge scandal among my cosplaying friends. You know how they can get really protective about the culture, right? Then here comes Charli, imitating the character Chica, for the clout. If I were a cosplayer, I would never, ever forget this. Another thing that our girl Charli wished we would forget was how she royally stuffed up her once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to dance on the same stage as J.Lo. For someone who claims to be Jen's biggest fan, Charli sure did slack off on preparing for their Super Bowl performance together. Let me make this super clear to you, dolls. Everyone is allowed to make mistakes, except in the presence of Jennifer Lopez. You gotta respect the OG queen. At the same time, anyone who's rude to a girl just because she was wearing swimwear to the mother-freaking beach is canceled in my book. Yes, I'm looking at you, Perez Hilton. This grown man really tried to shame your girl Charli for shooting TikToks on the beach while wearing a two-piece. Perez dear, if you want to wear jeans or a tracksuit to the ocean, that's your decision. But don't mess with a girl just because she flaunted what she has. So even though Charli wishes we would forget about this incident, I wish for the opposite, dolls. I want us to remember this because it's about time we hold adults responsible when they get creepy on social media. But that is not to say that Perez Hilton wasn't completely on point about some of his criticism of the D'Amelio family. I gotta give props to Perez for digging up the tea about Charli's dad, Mark D'Amelio, who was apparently caught drunk driving when Charli was just a kid. Worse, our girl Charli was in the passenger seat when it happened. Say what you want about Charli, but she's really protective about her dad, so she wants us to forget this ever happened. But I think you dolls will agree that child endangerment is not something to be simply swept under the rug, right? Being rude to your parents, though, also not forgivable. I got really mad one time when I watched one of Charli's lives where she berated her own mother for trying to help her fix her bed. Hate to sound like a mom here, guys, but maybe before you go on social media, make sure you've made your bed first. In Charli's defense, she literally has to be up super early to go on TikTok in order to keep her status as the platform's queen. Why? Because of all the lookalikes. Duh. There are about a dozen girls who are trying to steal Charli's crown, simply by trying to imitate everything she does. You know how frustrating it can get trying to come up with all these original ideas for content, just for some wannabes to try and steal everything just by copying you? Now that Charli might be starting over from scratch when TikTok does get banned, she needs all her fans to simply forget all about the copycats. Although there is one lookalike Charli can never shake off, no matter how hard she tries. Her own sister, of course. The world might be coming to an end, but isn't it sweet that Charli will always have a sister to depend on? Stay tuned for more scalding hot tea, my lovely dolls. Until next time, toodles.